welcome back, and welcome back. We're going to be making birria tacos in the Instapot. These are the different peppers that I'm going to be using. Chilies, excuse me, I said peppers, chilies. Okay. I'm going to use some cinnamon stick, the oregano, bay leaves. I'm going to use a roast. So you can see that. I'm going to use a little steak. I'm going to use some vegetable oil, some beef broth, some red wine vinegar, soy sauce, tomato paste, garlic. I have the birria seasoning, and some black pepper. Here's your shot of everything we're going to use in this amazing dish. Let's get started. All right, the very first thing I'm going to do is set this baby to saute. Let her get hot, and I'll be right back. Just going to take a few seconds. All right, she's hot. So we're going to put her in here. And I just used 2 of each one of those peppers. And all we're going to do is kind of toast those up. And we're going to do this for about 4 to 5 minutes. As soon as you start really smelling the chilies, then you know you're done. So we're just going to toast these up for 4 to 5 minutes. No oil, no nothing. Just let them do what they do. All right? 4 to 5 minutes. When you start smelling the aroma, like I said, you'll know they're done. All right? Now, I didn't mention that I did deseed these, okay? And again, I took 2 peppers from each one of those bags, and I deseeded them, and I'm just toasting them up, okay? And like I said, once you start smelling the aroma, you'll know they're done. 4 to 5 minutes is all it takes. We're just waking up the flavors. That's all we're doing. I just wanted to show you this seasoning. This is the seasoning that I'll be using. Now, I do have a couple of videos on the birria tacos where I put in all the ingredients so that you can see them and they're all lined out for you. Okay? But this is the seasoning that I'll be using this time. Okay? Okay, if she focused, there she is. All right, I'll be right back. All right, what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and season up this meat. I'm going to use that seasoning, the birria seasoning. I'm going to also use some pepper. And of course, as always, season to your family's liking and to your family's taste, okay? And then I'm also going to use a little bit of soy sauce. Then I'm going to flip it and do it all over again. And I'll see you at the Instapot. All right, what we're going to do is we're going to go in with a couple of tablespoons of that vegetable oil. And then we're going to get that meat right on in there. We're going to brown this meat up on all sides. Okay? 5 minutes each side is what we're going to do. And I'll be back. All right, this is what our delicious meat looks like. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to put a little bit of that beef broth to deglaze the pan just a little bit. Okay. You can still use some oil if you want to, but that's okay. And then we're going to go in with those onions and we're going to let those onions saute just for a couple of minutes. And let them do what they need to do. Pick up some of that yum, yum, yum at the bottom. Look at that. Yum, yum, yum. Okay, so we're just going to let this go for a couple of minutes, and I'll be back. All right, as you can see, I've gotten a couple of tablespoons of the tomato paste in there. I got 3 tablespoons of garlic there. We're going to go in with 2 cinnamon sticks, 2 bay leaves, and I'm going to let this go for just 1 minute, just so those flavors can get incorporated, get to know one another, and become the best of friends. So 1 minute, and I'll be right back. But to this pot, I'm also going to go ahead and add that Mexican oregano. And I'm going to put in a couple of tablespoons of that. All right. And there we go. See you in 1 minute. All right. First, I'm going to go in with the rest of that can of that beef broth. And I'm going to let that deglaze for a minute. Get up all the stuff that's at the bottom, all that flavor. Okay. So I'm just going to give that 1 minute just 1 minute. Look at that. Isn't she looking delicious already? And we're doing this in the Instapot, which means it's going to be a lot less time to get all this deliciousness going. All right? So I'm going to give that 1 minute, and I'll be right back. All right, now to this, we're going to go in with a good 2 tablespoons of soy sauce. Okay? And soy sauce is a great tenderizer as well. And we're going to go in with 2 tablespoons of this red wine vinegar. We're just building flavor on flavor at this point. Okay? I'm going to also hit it with a little bit more of that Birria seasoning. And I'm going to go in with a good tablespoon of that. Okay? I'm going to give this a nice little zhuzh. Okay? Look at that. Can't you see how delicious and rich that is already? Forgot to turn the light on. Okay, so now what I'm going to go ahead and do is I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to put those peppers. I keep calling them peppers, but chilies. I'm going to put those right at the bottom there. So we toasted them all up. We opened up the flavors to these babies. I took the seeds out, but if you like the seeds in, feel free to leave them in. And now I'm going to go back in with that meat. I'm going to put that meat back in there. And then I'm going to go back in with the rest of that broth. Okay? And now we're going to pressure cook her for 1 whole hour. Pressure cook, 1 hour. See you back then. All right, we're going to let it slow release for 15 minutes. I went over just a little bit. So then we're going to just go ahead and let her go. And I'll be back as soon as it's done. Okay, I've taken the meat out of this, the cinnamon sticks, as well as the bay leaves. And so now I'm just going to use my little immersion blender. And we're just going to go ahead. If we don't flop it in the head. Real kitchen, real people, I'm telling you. So I'm going to go ahead and use my immersion blender and blend this up really, really well. We're not taking the peppers out. The only thing I've taken out is the cinnamon stick. It was 2 of them. And the 2 bay leaves. That's all I've taken out of here, okay? Everything else is getting ready to be blended up, and it's going to become our consomme, okay? Or sauce, whatever you want to call it. So I'm going to blend this up and shred the meat up, and I'll be right back. All right, and that is the consistency that you want there. All right, so now let's go to the next step. All right, as you can see, I put the meat back into the sauce. I'm going to give it a nice little stir, and then we're going to go to the next step. All right. I'll be right back. I did decide to put the juice of 3 limes in here just to give it that little something extra. I tell you all the time, fresh herbs, fresh citrus, it just does something extra to a dish. So, I'll be back. All right, to get this party started, we're going to use these tortillas here. This is the cheese that I'll be using. I'm going to use a little bit of red onion, some extra virgin olive oil, and of course, the goodness we just made. Let's get started. Okay, the very first thing you want to do is make sure you get your pan that you're going to put these in, that you're going to cook them in, good and hot. Okay, so now I'm just going to go in with a little bit of extra virgin olive oil. I'm going to take one of these beautiful little tortillas here. I'm going to go over here. And put it right in the pan. I'm going to do it. And I can get 3 in this pan for sure. Alright. And if you haven't already, please consider subscribing to the channel. Gigi would absolutely love to have you here. Okay? Hold on a quick second. Okay, I kind of sort of kneaded my hands a little bit. So now we're going to go ahead and take some of that meat mixture. Forgot my fork. We're going to go ahead and take some of that meat mixture. And I'm just going to put it on one side. You can make these as meaty as you want, as thin as you want, as thick as you want. It's your party. Do what you want to do, okay? It's completely your party. Do whatever it is your heart desires. I have a problem with overstuffing, as you know, if you've watched previous videos. Ooh, that's a big old pepper that didn't get broke down. I love overstuffing. I mean, it's just because we like a little meat when we do these. I mean, and like I said, when you make them at home, you can make them any way you want to. There is no right, no wrong way. It's however you choose. I'm going to sprinkle it with a little bit of onions. This part is completely and totally optional. Not necessary, but she's extra. We're going to also go in with some of that cheese. And if you don't have any of this cheese, if you couldn't find any, that's fine. Use mozzarella. It works. It's a great substitute for this. We've used mozzarella on ours before, and like I said, I've got several birria taco videos that I've done. And feel free to go and look at them. I'll try to remember to link them. All right. I've done it the long way where I've used several different meats. You know, you can also use lamb in this too. I've used several different meats on these before. I mean, like I said, there is no wrong way to do it. It's your kitchen. It's your rules. You do whatever you want to do. Whatever your heart desires. Like I said, it's your kitchen, your rules. Okay? Because that sure is how I feel in my kitchen. Okay, I'm going to do what I want to do, how I want to do it. It's my kitchen. Groceries are expensive. I'm going to do it how I want to. It may not be how others may deem that it's necessary to do, but I'm going to do it my way. And I welcome you to come along and enjoy. And, whew, that's hot. Can't get that one all the way over. You know, but like I said, you know, do things your way. Whenever you see people's recipes, make it your own. Absolutely nothing wrong with that. So we're going to cook these just long enough for it to brown on one side. We're going to flip it to the other side. It can be anywhere from 1 minute to 2 minutes. We're cooking this on a medium heat. And I'm just going to keep going until I get them all done. And I'll come back and let you see one all dressed up, jushed up, and looking beautiful. See you in a little bit. This is what they're looking like. The one that kind of broke up on me. It doesn't matter. We're going to keep on going. And I'll come back when I've dressed them up and give her close-up. See you soon. And there she is. Things made easy with Gigi. All day, every day. Please like, subscribe, and feel free to share. Everybody be blessed and stay safe. You'll see Gigi next time.
Are you ready for phase 1?